Hello, John Talley here with Partzilla.com. In this video, I'm going to go ahead and true a wheel that we relaced in another video. And if you need help lacing up yours, why don't you reference that one, watch it through, get yours put together, and then meet me back here so we can get it trued. Well, we're going to be using a truing stand from R&L. There's a couple of different manufacturers out there. It just really depends, well, how often are you going to do this as to how nice of one you really need to get. But the basic principle is going to be the same. You want the wheel to be able to maintain a constant location and then have a pointing device of some type that's going to let you know if the rim is moving one way or another or out of round. So all we need to do is get this hub mounted up and then we can start the process. Now this particular stand has a couple of different options where you can either put an axle up here, spin it in that location, or these two which actually come in and hold it by the bearings, and that's the one we're going to use. So let's bring her over. Now you don't have to do this super tight, you just want it firm to where it isn't moving around so you get a good read on it. There, that should do. Now what we're looking for here is just to get a general feel of how out of whack it is. We're looking at the side-to-side movement and then the up and down as well, or the hop, so to speak. Now on a dirt bike, it isn't super critical that you get it perfect, and let's face it, this rim, it's designed to go off-road, so it's not quite as precise, or the tolerances aren't as precise as, let's say, on a rim that goes on a high-performance street bike. We do want to get it as close as we can to true, but more importantly, we want to make sure that we have the correct torque on all these spokes so it doesn't loosen up and then damage itself. So let's take a quick look and just get an overall idea of what's going on with it. All right, our hop is not terrible, so we should be able to straighten that out fairly quickly. Our side to side, it doesn't look that bad either, so I think we're going to be able to get this one in line fairly easily. When we laced this one, we just basically got everything close to bottoming out just to hold it in place, but as you can see, a lot of play there. So our starting point is to get all of these bottomed out, and we want to just barely seat them. Once we do that, then we'll go back and take a look at it and start figuring out how to adjust it to get it to walk in the right direction. First, let's get a reference point, because we're going to be coming back to this over and over again. There's actually two holes in the rim, one for the bead lock and one's for the valve stem. From the looks of this one, they're both the same, so we're just going to pick one and make a mark on it. We're just going to go spoke to spoke, and all we're trying to accomplish is just get them seated. When we're done with this process, we'll know that we have all of them seated. When we go to spin it over, you shouldn't hear any of that clicking of the spokes pushing against the rim, because they're all going to be at least up to it. And if one feels a little too tight, back it off and reseat it again. We're going to come off this last one with the mark right here. We don't hear any more clicking. So let's see where our hop is first. We're going to put our pointer about 1/4 of an inch away, take a peek at it. Not too severe, maybe a little over 1/8 of an inch. Let's find our low point. Okay. That's the midpoint. What we're going to do is pick 4 this direction and 4 that direction and just do 1/8 of a turn to see if we can bring her up. Now as you're doing this, if they start getting too tight, you may need to go on the other side and loosen up just a bit. All right, it lifted it up a tick. Let's do it one more time. All right. What we're looking at there is mainly just that juncture where it's welded together. That transition isn't completely level, but overall she's shifting maybe a 1/16 now, so I think we're good to go. Next, let's look at the side to side. That's our close point right there. In here. Then she starts to pull away. What we're going to do, since that's the shorter section and the rest of this looks uniform, we're going to pull this direction on it. So we're only going to be working from this side. Once again, small increments. We're going to back up a couple of spokes and just do quarter turns. Where's that last mark? All right, so we just went from here to here, just on that side. All right, we made some progress, but let's do that one more time. Same spokes. You're doing this pretty much by feel. One of them feels loose, then it needs to be caught up with the other ones. Like I said, the trick is to do this in small increments. Otherwise, you start getting things out of whack, putting too much tension on one or more spokes, and you pretty much have to start over again. Oh yeah. Still a little bit of wobble to take out, but we're getting closer. We're going to go through the same procedure, see if we can pull it in a little bit closer, and then take another look at it. So we just want to pull this section over a little bit more. 1/4 inch turn on each one. Let's see where we ended up. That's pretty good, guys. It's got a little bit of hop to it because of that joint, but as far as our side to side, we're on it. Now it is time to actually torque all these down, and we're going to use a very small torque wrench to accomplish this, specifically made for spokes. And this particular kit has got a full range of all the different sizes that are commonly found on most rims. And the way we're going to do this is actually in 3 passes. We're going to find our start point, which we had marked here, and what we're going to do is tighten this one, skip 2, and then go to the 3rd. The next pass, we'll move to the next one, skip 2, and then tighten it. Last pass, move to the next one, skip 2, and then we'll complete the process. What that is doing is alternating back and forth as we're going all the way around. For this particular rim, they want them torqued somewhere in between 2.5 and 3 foot-pounds, and that's around 30 inch-pounds. So we're going to set that, and off we go. Just want to pay careful attention here and don't lose where you are, so try to remain focused. There's our first one. Skip 2. Just take your time, do this right. We did it right because we started there and we're ending with this one. That's it. Yep. Check it one more time. Make sure we ended back up where we started. Still got that little hop at the seam, but this one's good to go. Well, all right, guys. There you have it. A little bit of a time-consuming project, but if you're around these machines long enough, it's worth learning how to do. That way you can just handle it at your house instead of taking it to the dealership. Well, listen, if you need these parts or tools or anything else for your machine, why don't you come see us at Partzilla.com and we can get you taken care of. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the section below and I'll do my best to answer them. And hey, if you like what you see, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That way you can keep up with whatever I'm working on next. We just want to say thank you for shopping here with us at Partzilla, and we will see you in the next video. Y'all have a great day.